All right, Missy, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm fantabulous. How are you, Dana?
I'm good. Well, so much has been going on. I don't know if you've been watching the news, but
I try not.
lately, I guess there was some kind of rodeo, some kind of yearly rodeo event in Houston.
Mm.
And so many guys have been online complaining that the women there were inappropriately dressed. The rodeo is a family event. I heard a lot of them saying that people have kids out there, and that the women, he said, all you could see, and I'm using their words, is ass. He said, like over half of the women there were inappropriately dressed. He said, all you could see was butt out, breast out. I
Wow.
mean, they had on cowboy hats and a couple of the guys, of course, somebody's going to always post a video. But a lot of the social media has even blocked the videos because it's so raw. I mean, they're
Wow.
wearing shorts with splits up the side and cheeks are hanging out. I mean, you could even see hair on a lot of them.
Ew.
Yeah. The breasts are hanging out. You can see, all they got covered up is a nipple or half a nipple. And it was just nuts. And I know it gets a little crazy, in every city once it gets hot like that, because I know I've been at summer events where women are walking around uh like that. And I said, oh, because I don't want to see it, and I thought, well, they're doing this because they believe men like this and they want that kind of attention. But people walk around like that, but then if you touch them or say something raunchy to them, then they get all out of pocket.
Mm.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute now. Do you know what that look represents? Because apparently they really don't. Uh, you got everything hanging out for everybody to see, but if somebody says something out the way, something sexual to you, then you're upset. You just, it's about attention, right? It is about attention, I hope. But then everybody gets all bent out of shape when somebody says something inappropriate about your inappropriate attire. Your thoughts.
That's some foolishness.
Mhm.
I mean, for um, the women or female or I didn't seen a lot of stuff. But anyway,
Hmm.
that's crazy. I mean, it goes with evidently these are younger women. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I don't know what's up with the generation. Or they taught anything? Do they respect themselves, or they're saying in their mind? I don't know what they're thinking in their mind. I'm just going here. Maybe they're thinking, well, I love myself, and I want everybody to see what I have, and
Yeah,
mm, mm, I want
yeah,
to see what I'm working for. We don't want to see the hair. The only hair I want to see is a hair on a man's chest. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I mean it definitely is getting out. And they said even some of them were arrested for indecent exposure. I mean,
Yeah,
they made a
really.
conscious effort to come out their
Mm.
houses however they were dressed. And like I said, a lot of the videos that I saw like immediately after, they've been taken down. You
Mm.
can't see, because they're inappropriate. They're actually, guys are filming this stuff saying, look at this. Can you believe? And even, I know men like a woman's anatomy, but I think too much is too much. I mean, leave
I know.
something. Let's be a little mysterious, can we? I mean, I think if hair is showing, I think we're
Mm.
definitely doing, and even the ones I saw some dresses. They were dresses, little skirts, and you could clearly see butt
You sure it was
cheeks.
a dress and not a shirt?
It well, it looked like a skirt. I don't know. It had a waistband. She had like
Oh,
the
okay.
one I saw had like a midriff shirt, and
Mm-mm.
she had no bra, which you definitely needed one, and had on like a
Mm.
little skirt. And like I said, that video is already gone. And when she
I know.
walked, all you could see was butt cheek, no underwear. I think she had a thong on. I mean, you could
I was going to
see,
say, I was on it.
She
Yeah,
had on a
okay.
thong, and but you could
Mm,
see that much. And just think about it. A lot of these
mm,
girls are going to foreign countries and spending all this money. And I
mm,
know a few who have personally done this, who have gone to have their butt cheeks enhanced. A couple of them, I said, "Don't you have enough?" You know, they want it
uh,
bigger. I mean, what is this? Wanting this huge, huge freakish looking butt. Uh, and are these women getting husbands? Probably not. What are they getting from this? They're saying, well, we have the right to look any way we want, and you do. But I think it's out of
do
control.
they want to get from this? How about that?
Hmm?
What do they want to get from this? How about that? Mm,
It- I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, what do you hope to gain from this? I mean, we know as
I don't know.
women, if we walk out the door looking a certain way, we know we're going to get attention. Um, but I think a lot of what's going
With a
on
bonnet
is,
on and some boots. Come on,
well,
girl.
yeah, you're going to get attention regardless, because good or bad.
Mhm.
But to come out half naked with my butt cheeks swinging from underneath my shorts or underneath my dress, what do they want from this?
I, I can't answer that. I don't have that mindset.
And
I don't
then
want to feel.
he said,
What?
well, like I said, we don't get it because we don't have that kind of mindset. But then I tend to check in on different chats when people are having open forums. And then I saw some guys, it was maybe about 8, 9 guys, talking about that situation and saying, well, this is why I date older women, because they're not stupid. And I said, whoa. And
What?
so a lot of guys are, going to older women that are not in their age group, because I don't know, their mindset is different than, I'm gonna say, ours. As women, you say, oh, yeah, I only date women over, one guy was saying, yeah, if she ain't at least 40, 42 years old, I ain't got nothing to say, and he's a young guy. He was like, I ain't got nothing to say. He said, I can't deal with this mindset. He was saying, and this is the guys were saying all this, that all they looking for is somebody to spend money on them. They don't have anything. They got this. One guy was saying that he took a girl out and she called him at the last minute and said that she was going to have to get food for her kids before she left. And he said, how long is that going to take? She said, well, she said, I'll just order some pizzas and, when you get here, you can pay for it. He said, they're
Mm,
looking, yeah. And he
mm,
said, okay. And then he never showed up.
mm, mhm.
But look at all the videos that we've seen with that kind of thing.
Wow.
You take a woman out and then she's ordering food for her kids, or she shows up with her friends and says, well, you're paying for that too. It's a different mindset. I would never have done anything like that. you
I'm not
know
gonna do that. I haven't, and I'm not gonna do. Why would I invite my friend to do what?
this is what they're
This
doing
my
now.
date. I don't even
Now,
want you to know.
exactly. I went out on a date. Well, this was her first time meeting the guy. They met on a dating site and she wanted me to go with her. I said, okay, so the guy he was irritated because I was there. He was like asking her, what are you scared? She says, no, this is my friend. And she was concerned about me. So I told her, come on. I said, yeah, I took all the blame. I said, yeah, this was me. This is not her. This is me. He said, well, then you can go. I said, I'm good like that. Then he was like, well, I'm not paying for your food. I said, I never asked you to, and I don't expect you to. I said, what are you talking about? I said, I can take care of myself. I said, I'm just here as her friend. I'm just supporting her, and that's it. Just relax. What's wrong with? I mean, he was annoyed, and he didn't speak to her again after that either.
Mm. That's great.
But I didn't go there. She didn't go like with the attitude of, oh, well, you want to take me out? This is my friend. You got to pay for her food too. It wasn't like that. It was
Mm.
strictly a security issue. This is somebody I
Oh, I
don't
understand.
know. Hmm. And
Well,
that,
well, I was gonna say, well, you could have been at a different table, or at least been in, in the establishment, and be like, hey, come on, let's hang out with somebody else. And she didn't. Did she ride with the person, or did they meet up there?
no, I drove her there. Yeah, I drove her there. I drove her there. They
Oh,
were meeting. Yeah.
okay.
Well, I kind of understood it. She didn't know him.
No,
Um,
but you don't have to. I mean, okay. You drove him there. Okay, you drove her
hmm
there.
hmm
You could have been at a different table at the bar, whatever,
hmm
enjoying some me time. You know what I'm saying?
And
And then when
that's
she's
what,
ready to go, you're not in that conversation
but
at
that's
all.
that
In
was
that
my
interaction.
suggestion. I said, you know what? I'm gonna sit over here. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
order something. Yeah. And she said, no, 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 no. That wasn't me.
You
That
should have
was her. Yeah.
been, yeah, she was gonna go there. No, that's like us going to the club. Now that's different because I'm gonna need some backup at the club.
Yeah. Well, it just depends if a person is not feeling secure or they're feeling a little scared or whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
But what
I
they gonna
mean,
do in public? You know what I'm saying? If
well,
you're
yeah,
there, you're still there. I'm keeping in
yeah,
mind that you are still in the restaurant.
yeah,
You're just not sitting at the table with them.
yeah,
Staying with you, so she's not leaving with him.
right.
That's a whole another color, as my mama
Yeah.
would say.
hmm
Um, so she's still leaving with you. She just said, hey, I don't feel good about this guy. You mind ride, taking me, go with me.
hmm
Now you could sit somewhere else, but
Yeah.
you know, and we got signals. Don't we give our girls signals?
Oh, yes, we definitely got signals. We do.
Yeah. So, the
hmm
signal that we've been right out.
hmm
Yeah, would have been cool. I mean, and that would have been so okay, let me ask you this. Do you think that was like a sign of maybe disrespect on his, I mean, not on his part, but on her part by having you come with them? Because he didn't get a
I
chance to do,
Right. I
you
mean,
know?
they had been talking on the phone for months. And I was like, you guys been talking on the phone for months, but yet you still feeling a little insecure about, meeting him in person. Maybe you're not ready yet. And then I did feel a little weird and I thought that he would get mad, which he did.
Mhm.
So I said, I'm gonna sit over here, and I'll just order something and when you're ready to go, you can text me, let me know. She says, no, 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 I want you to sit at the table with us. And he was trying to hold conversation with her. And I said, don't mind me. And how could he not? I think he felt like if you were scared, why'd you even come? I was kind of feeling like he was a little bit offended. He
You
seemed like
know,
an okay guy, to me. I don't know. But if she felt some kind
sometimes
of
we
way,
as
yeah.
women don't trust ourselves. How about that?
Oh, hmm.
If you're insecure, you're not stable mentally.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't trust yourself because you be like, oh well, I could go for this, and you be like the girls out there showing their tail at the
Uh-huh.
rodeo, because that's
Oh.
what you do. You have
Mm-hmm.
the. I guess I can say this because I'm talking to Nina Taylor. You have those whole tendencies. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be Miss E anyhow here. So with those whole tendencies, there's certain things as a whole you're gonna do as not being one.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got them whole tendencies and you're a lady,
Mm-hmm.
you're only gonna be a hoe with the one you with, not
Mm.
everybody else. Only
Right.
that man that you're exclusive with, your husband or whatever, is gonna know about them tendencies.
Yeah.
Everybody else not gonna know. They're not gonna be able to detect that because as a lady, you're gonna carry yourself in an elegant way with grace,
Yes.
and they would never even detect that
Yeah.
you are. As somebody told me, you nasty. They wouldn't detect. Yes, yes, Miss E after dark. You wouldn't detect that I'm nasty.
And that's true. They shouldn't, and no, all that should be for them. But
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like everybody is saying that they want to get married and they want a high value guy, meaning they want one of the 1% of men out 1%, okay, of men here in America that make six figures or better, which they're saying everybody's saying that's what they want, but I think that's unrealistic, and
They
I've
don't know what
dated,
goes along with that.
huh?
They don't know what goes along with that. That's like, okay, Nina Taylor is a high value woman. You busy. So is a man that's a high value person.
Hmm.
Busy.
Yeah.
They don't want that. What you guys spend some time with me? Look, I got 15 minutes. I give you an hour on the 15th. How about that? We can spend a couple hours together because time is just as valuable as money,
It really is.
especially if you making money with your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
I
it
have to invest in talking to people. That's what you do. You talk to people.
hmm
What else? I mean, both of us. We talk to people
all day.
wherever we are.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not
So
like
high
people
value.
think.
I mean, what you
It's not
want?
like
Just the
people
money?
think, is it? Hmm.
Thank. Yes. Oh, I'm celebrating the victory. It went through. Yes, finally.
It's not like people think. I have dated the professional athlete. I have dated the doctor. Yeah, he was an orthopedic surgeon. I have dated the lawyer. All that. It's like, okay, so you're dating these six figure and up guys. They're not like pouring money down on your head every time you go out
No,
with it's it's
a
not
lot of them
like
are fake. I
well,
mean, how you think they kept that money? That part right there.
well, yeah, I'm just saying it's not like they think they're saying they want, it's not like that where, you meet them, they want to be with you, so they're writing checks every day. Absolutely
Mhm.
not. It's not at all. Like I said, I was just dating him. I only thought about marrying one of them.
Mhm.
And
Thought
I
about.
it at the end of the day, I wasn't the only one thinking about marrying him.
Well,
So and like
did
I
the person
said,
get married?
did he get married? Nope.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
He has never gotten married, and neither has the attorney. He has never,
Wow.
yeah, he's never gotten married. He doesn't, now the doctor had one child. The
Mm.
attorney has no children and has never been married. And they
He kept
both
all that.
know, yeah, they both know that everybody wants to marry them. They know it.
I'm seed, feed, and all. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. They know that. But they would never, neither one of them would never date s- some chick out here with all these kids and all that. They would never date anybody like that. Um, and that's what they don't get is that you got to look at, you want that type of guy, you got to look at who you are, because
Right.
he's definitely going to be looking at who you are, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I went to an event with one of them in another city, and I was going to drive because it was only like a 3 hour drive. I said, I can drive. He said, no, no, I'm sending you a ticket. I want you to to be rested, when you get here, because he wanted me to go with him because he said, I need somebody who will be okay in a room full of politicians, in a room full of wealthy preachers. He said, that's why I'm asking
Mm-hmm.
you to go. And I need you to be on your A game. I'm like, whoa, you know. And who am I to you? You know. Yeah, it's like wow, I got this big job, you know. So, you know, he sent me a ticket and I jumped on the plane. He was like, no, I don't want you driving. You're gonna be tired. No, no, no. He said, no, no. He said, I need your A game. And I flew and it was a beautiful, beautiful event. Absolutely. Beautiful event. Um,
Yes, ma'am.
with those type of guys there. But like I said, talking about getting married, he was like, I don't think so. You know?
Well, and just like you said, they know what they want. They know themselves. You have
Hmm.
to know the woman would have to know herself and get some kind of understanding. Have a conversation
Hmm.
that leads to another conversation to get. There are a lot of things. Well, we're older, so there are a lot of things that we would consider now that we probably wouldn't have considered younger.
Yeah.
Like how were you brought up? How were you raised?
Hmm.
Well, it's, you kind of looked at that because you grew up, some people you grew up together and you kind of knew certain things, but at this stage right here, you need to
Hmm.
know what are your triggers?
Hmm.
What what happened? He said that's a good question to ask. What happened to make you like to you guarded? What happened to trigger you? What happened to cause you to be silent instead of responding? Uh, Help me to understand this. I don't want to be a trigger in your life.
Hmm.
I don't want to cause you any pain. Well, love comes with pain. For
It
some reason,
does.
it just has.
It does. Yes.
You
Mhm.
just can't get out of that. But in a healing type of, it's kind of like therapeutic. You're talking to find out, like a job interview. I'm gonna find out if this gonna work for me, and you're gonna find out if this gonna work for you. Because
Yeah.
we both got baggage. I just want to know how much of your baggage I'm gonna have to deal with,
Hmm.
and to know what your baggage is, that'll give me an idea of how to deal with it. Because maybe I've gone through some of the same things. Maybe we have something similar, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's relatable, and we can work on this. Let work on a relationship because relationships are work. Sometimes you gonna get mad, they gonna get mad.
Hmm.
Sometimes you ain't gonna be bothered, But me, I just gotta touch it. I know
Yeah.
you mad, but come here. Mm.
Yeah. Let's fix this right quick. Yeah, I get
Let me lay my hand on your chest. Let me touch your arm.
it.
I know you want to kick me, but let me rub your thigh a little bit. Let me touch
Yeah.
you. This will help ground me. Look, I need the touch. See, look, you let me.
So helping you is helping me too, right?
Yes, you
Yeah.
touching you is gonna help me. Uh-huh. Yes,
Yeah.
you calm down later, but let me do this to ground me, and then you can all do what you're gonna do. I'll be over there.
Yeah.
Probably the computer working on somebody's show.
Well,
But yeah, had to have the conversation. A lot of people don't talk. They close. They shut down because it's too. The things that they've gone through in the past are too. Wow, they're too heavy for them. They don't want to deal with it right now.
mm,
I just want to have a good time, and we go about our way. If we have a good time, and I warrant coming to see you again, or we see each other, then we'll get together, have a good time, and go on about our business. I'm like, I need more than that.
yeah.
I mean, if I'm really into you and I'm learning, different things and stuff, and I don't want to know about your representative. I want to know about you.
Well,
I don't want to
unfortunately, you're
see
gonna get
your
the
curriculum
representative
details.
at first, and you know it.
I know. Well, just lay your curriculum vitae on the table,
Mhm.
so I can read about the representative. But I need you to tell me about you. How about that?
Mhm.
Yes. how you feel about this football team, and what happens when this football team loses.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does the
so
world
from
stop? Yes.
anger, yeah, any
Yeah.
anger issues? Do you just do you yell when you get upset? What do you do?
Mm.
Because if you start swinging, then I know what to do. Yeah. Hmm.
Man, oh
Have a
man.
nice evening. Have a nice evening. Yes.
Well, I was
Because
told
I don't
by
like the way I can.
speaking of sports, he said, listen, I'm telling you right now
Come on. Come
that
on.
it's basketball season, and
Ooh,
that
sure is.
is all I'm about is basketball. He said, so if we end up getting married, he said, basketball season, I am off limits to you. I said, wait a minute. He said, don't try any of those tricks to get my attention
What
away from the TV because it won't work. I said, what are we talking about? He said, coming down the steps with nothing on or provocative, trying to get my attention away from basketball. He said, it won't work. He said, basketball season, I'm all about basketball and that's it. He said, so you need to know that now. I'm like, we only been talking 2 months. Why do I have to know?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. But he was,
You don't want to miss a second of the game.
I thought it was weird, but then I said, well, he's just let me know that if we end up married, this is what it is. It is what it is. And of course, I think almost pretty much every guy I've ever dated or been married to has been into sports. And I didn't interfere with that. I get it. You like sports. I will interfere with your
I love
sports.
sports.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit and watch it for hours and hours like they do. I might
Oh, I
watch.
will. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's my MO. What? Sports and music. Yes. Because I used to play.
Yeah,
I
I
used
did
to
too,
play.
but I just can't sit and watch game after game after game, especially like all day. You know, they got
What
all
do you
these
do
channels
all
now, and
day?
you can watch sports from time you wake up till you go back to bed.
If
I'm
it's not
not.
a good game, I'm gonna have to switch the channel because
Well,
I
it
just
depends.
Lord.
Normally, I watch the playoffs. I'll sit and watch. My mom loves sports. She sits and watches all kind of sports. I love to watch track and field and gymnastics and things like that. And like I said, as far as basketball, the playoffs and all that, that's cool. But just to be sitting, and if my team is playing, if Philly is playing, that's one thing. But just to be watching it day after day after day, that's not me. you know no, but he said that's
I
him
get it.
and I get it. I said okay. I said no problems with that whatsoever. I said I need somebody who is going to be comfortable at a red carpet event or going to church with me or having a family dinner with the family. That's it. If he can comfortably do all those things, we good. I think we'll be good. That's it. I don't have any wild ideas about that 1% of the guys that I'm not going to get. you know?
I got you.
uh yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like I said, I've been there and done all that and it's just not like what they think. It's not like what they think where, you start dating
A lot of
somebody like that
dynamics.
and huh?
There's a lot of dynamics in that.
Well, yeah, I mean, they can afford to take you to nice places to eat and all that. Um
It's not just that. It's the mental. I'm thinking about mental. I'm on this mental space here. This
yeah.
the emotional. Are you emotionally and mentally uh healthy? Because you can have all that money, and then what does it mean?
Right? It means you have a good
You got
job.
the money, you can do what you want. No, but
Yeah.
I'm saying
Hmm.
basically do what you want. But where are you? Where's your mind? Where's your brain? What are your thought pattern? I need to know about that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because if you're just a trophy, man making money, you trophy wife or girlfriend or whatever.
Hmm.
That's it. I mean, what are you getting out of that? What kind of relationship do you have? Intimacy. I mean, I need that. I gotta have that because I gotta touch it. I need the intimacy. I
And
want to have a
yeah,
heart-to-heart conversation. Yeah, you go to these red carpet events and this, that, and the other, and they don't know anything. It's like an airhead. I don't know these people. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't. You can't even have a decent conversation. You can't talk about what you do because you don't want to know. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
no, you're right. You're right. And that's why I say it's as far as somebody for us, it would
Mm.
take a very, very special type of dude, and this is how I know. And like I said, this is how I know. Um,
Mhm.
you
Not the kind
know,
of wear the helmet. I mean, not for your job. You can wear a helmet because you have to wear one. Not that kind of special.
just
I lost her. Nina the Earth.
no, I meant special. I don't know. I don't know
I'm
where
just
they are.
clarifying this. All right.
It's like I said, I got a 2 out of 3. He would not think about going to church with me. Um, he has all, and he grew up in the church. He grew up Kojic, but he would not go to church with me and see that's not okay with me, you know.
Why? Because you weren't going to a cozy church? Is that why he wouldn't go?
No, he won't go to any.
Oh, he got branded. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he won't go to any because of
Oh,
some crazy stuff that happened.
I'm telling you, that's why I say he got branded.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
like, what?
he got stung.
First of all, that was 20 years
Yeah,
ago, 20,
yeah,
25
but
years ago.
that's why I talk about the emotionally and uh, mentally being available. I mean,
I
because
don't
most
know.
of the stuff you talking about is then he's triggered. No, no, we're not going. I'm not going to church with you. You go, but I'm not going.
Exactly. And I
Yeah,
said
that kind of
that's
stuff.
not okay. I'm not going to be at
I
church
need to
and you're going to
come.
be
You
at
know,
home, you know.
hmm. You ain't gonna be just a piece of meat bringing money in the house. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, in that regard, I can't, I told you, those are my 3 things right there. And if I can't have somebody who is comfortable with all 3, then we can't make it. And I know that. So it just is what it is. And I'm sure they have stuff too, you know. Um,
Yeah,
like I said, the
they
one
just
every time he was always going to these $100, $500 plate dinners. And he said, I can't just take anybody to stuff like that. I need somebody who can speak well. People are going to be talking to you. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do? He said, I can't just take anybody to that kind of stuff. So I said, and that's true. That's true. You
so,
know.
so let me ask you,
Uh-huh.
how much food? I'm seriously being Miss E here.
Hmm.
How much food did you get at a $500 plate? What does that consist of?
Well, it was very, very nice. I mean, it was hors d'oeuvres. It was a wonderful, you had your selection. They had like a steak plate. I think it was prime rib, and then they had some chicken and they had some fish. So you had your choice of whatever, you wanted to eat. And then they had a lovely dessert. I mean, it was lovely, and like I said, it was a fundraiser. So, you
Oh
know, we weren't
yeah.
eating
Okay.
$500 worth of food. It was a fundraiser.
Well, I'm sure you weren't. I'm just thinking like, like you talking about a steak, and I'm thinking like the steak, the palm of my hand, the size of the palm of my hand. I'm like,
Oh
really?
no, 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 no. When
Mm.
I got my steak, it was just the steak on the
Well,
plate. There
proportion-wise,
was
yeah.
nothing else on the plate. It was very
Okay.
big. It was nice. But like I said,
Right.
it was a fundraiser.
You see.
And yeah, it was a fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't eating $500 worth of food, but we did have a lovely, lovely dinner. Yes, it
Well,
was
I didn't take
nice.
it like that.
Yeah.
Most people go. They talk about going to these high-end restaurants, and I've when I worked with lawyers, we went to the Poconos,
Hmm.
and when they brought the food out, well, I had to know how I wanted my meat cooked.
Yeah. Hmm.
I said I don't want nothing red coming out on that plate.
See,
Uh,
I'm the opposite. I
because
like mine still fighting for its life, right?
That's because you're bougie.
It's it.
Anyway, I said, I said,
No.
Jim, well, no, I said, burn it. He talking about what? Burn it.
Oh
Burn it.
no. Mm-mm.
Well, that was then. I don't eat it like that now.
Yeah,
I
I
make it
like it
medium rare.
medium now. I used to eat it
And that, yeah.
medium rare, but now I just do
Mm,
medium. I do medium. Yeah, I
yeah.
said my mom was like, "Cook that meat." I said
Uh-uh.
it's better. I said it's better for you like this. Everybody would be screaming. I remember my boss, we were my general manager at the radio station. We had went Christmas party and we had steak and shrimp, gigantic shrimp. I mean, that was some lovely food. And I cut my
Mm,
steak open. He said, "Oh my God, send that back. Tell him to cook it." I said, "Oh no, it's perfect." And he was
mm,
traumatized because I ate it like that.
mm,
That send it back and
mm.
cook it.
Oh my
I
God.
eat it a little bit more. Like I said, a little bit more cooked. I eat it medium now. So yeah, I eat it medium.
My
But
medium well. Get that.
no,
And I bring my own seasoning.
you bring your own seasoning. Yeah, have a bottle of
Look,
A1
it's
in
certain
your
kind of
purse.
seasoning I have
Yeah.
to have. It's certain kind of what's that seasoning called? Hold on. It's one of my friends told me about it. Talking about, have you tried this? I said I'd never known. I'd never heard that. I'm used to salt and pepper, garlic salt and
Hmm.
garlic powder and stuff. But they told me about something else. I said, let me try this here. I said,
Hmm.
uh-oh,
Hmm.
you can't start something. Uh, it's
Hmm.
amazing. I mean, you put on anything
Hmm.
from vegetables, meat,
Hmm.
but I can't find that. I'm like, that what happen when you be packing and stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, I'll find it at some point. Some point. So I can tell you what that seasoning is, but Lord have mercy. Oh, I said now that will change the flavor of a lot of things. And a lot of these restaurants
Uh-huh.
don't cook worth nothing.
Uh,
And you got
yeah.
to add something.
Well, I think just a good steak. I just like a little bit of A1 on it, just a little. I think it just makes it just really brings out the taste of it. I like it. But yeah, it would yeah, we were talking about the $500 plate.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
it
sorry.
was just a fundraiser, but so I think just the other day, and this inspired me to write a song.
Mm,
Maybe a couple days before my
another place.
yeah, a couple days before my birthday. The guy was only like around he said he was 37. I thought he was younger than that, you know. He was 37 and just said, "Look, number one, you're just too young. I can't date anybody." And he couldn't believe it. He was like, "What do you mean I'm too young?" And he said, "Well, I thought
Oh.
women your age like younger guys." I said, "We do." I said, "But 37, 30s is just too young." I said, "I don't think I'll go any younger than like 42, 45." I said, "That's probably about the youngest I could go." You know, but that's what these guys were saying on this chat they were doing. They were saying that that's why a lot of the guys are going to older women because these young ones, their minds are on something else and they just can't, they don't want to deal with it. So that's
Mm.
why I guess we're getting a lot more attention from younger guys. I don't know. I don't know.
I just look at them. Yeah.
like, sweetie,
Mm-mm.
come on, come on. I remember a few years ago, and this is when my son was like 27. He was like 29. I was like, dude, you're my son's age. He was like, yeah, me and him gonna be real cool. I said, no, you're not. You know, you're not gonna meet him. Get away from me. I mean, that's the way they're thinking. Like, well, that's perfect. Yeah, me and him will have so much in common. Like, no, you won't. Go away.
Okay.
But that's
Uh-uh.
something I don't want to get used to the youngsters like that because I don't know. I think it's cute, but it's not okay. I understand why they want somebody older.
No.
I get it.
Why?
They just,
Because
they
you
want
got
some.
direction
Well, probably because they think you got
or
your
you
own
want
house.
instruction?
I don't know.
You place a little
It's a
head.
lot of things, but what these
Mm,
guys were saying was just that the mindset of some of the
mm,
younger females that, say you ask them for their phone number and they're asking for your credit card, and they don't have
mm,
time for that. And I wouldn't either. I'm like, what? They're like, soon as you show any kind of interest in them, they're telling you everything that they need. They want you to pay for this and pay for that. And, it's like you haven't even been out on a date. They want you to pay for them to get their nails done, their hair done before you even go out, you know,
mm.
all of it. So I said, well,
Speaking of
I
which,
guess,
I'm glad you brought that up. Go ahead.
mhm,
Yeah.
I guess they looking for a paycheck, not really a man. I don't know. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Because somebody said one of my friends said to me, "Well, I don't mind paying for the hair and nails after we've made a commitment to be in
Hmm.
a relationship.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, no, you should get that stuff done. So I don't have a problem with it." I said, "I guess I'm a different type of woman because I wouldn't be looking for you to do. I mean, I don't know. I guess because I've been by myself for so long, Lord, since the
Hmm.
1900s.
Hmm.
There's certain things I'm gonna do for myself.
Hmm.
I want you to treat me right. How about that?
Yeah, that's all I
Treat
want.
me like
Yeah.
treat me like I am. I'm the priority. I'm a priority in your life. Treat
Hmm.
me like a lady. Treat me. I want to feel safe with you. I didn't realize this until I got older. I'm like, okay. Well, I guess I did when I was younger, but I mean, I need a place where I can dethrone my manly ways of being the caretaker of myself.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I need a place where I can feel safe. I need to be with a man where I can feel where not just feel but be safe. Where
Yeah.
I can let my guard all the way down and relax into
Hmm.
my feminine energy, total feminine energy, instead of me worrying about this, that, and always on guard, because of something else, because, got them survival things, because I've been by myself so long. When you can put me there naturally without any pretense, just being a masculine man, because it's going to take a masculine man to put me in that place.
Yeah.
And and for me to let my guard completely down where I can just fall asleep at any time. And I'm not worried about nothing because you got me.
Yeah.
I need that. I need that. I need you to need you. I need that kind of care,
Yeah.
that kind of stability. I mean,
Hmm.
I like these things. Of course, me, I ain't gonna pay a whole bunch of money for. I got some nice stuff, but I ain't gonna pay a whole bunch of money for stuff. I'm gonna find it on sale. I'm gonna, I'm gonna, look. Oh Lord, I can shop. You'd be like, wait, how much all that cost? Not as much as you think it did, because I'm an avid shopper.
Yeah.
And
Now I know how to
I
find a
mean,
bargain, but every now and then, if there's something like I bought my first Gucci bag like years ago, and they were $250. The one I wanted, 200. That was a lot. That's a lot today, but back then that was just outrageously high. Like what? $250? Yeah, but I wanted this bag so bad. And I saved up for it and I got it. I was married, but I didn't think about asking him to get me anything like that because I felt like this, like, it's all coming out of the house money. So I might as well do something extra and just make it because I know what he's going to have a fit. So
right?
he never
Yeah.
he never knew how much it cost. And I just saved up and bought it myself. You know, I didn't say
Well, then
anything.
that's hmm to me that's like um well, you appreciate it enough to save and buy it for yourself.
Well, yeah, to do
So you're
something
happy about
extra. Yeah, because he took care of all the money. We had an account
okay.
that both our paychecks went into. And so he knew every
hmm
penny. So I just did some extra work to raise it to buy the
hmm
purse. You know, that's
Right.
I would do stuff like that because I just felt like I want it. I work hard and I like to treat myself. Every year I buy myself something great for my birthday for myself. Something that nobody will probably even think about buying me. You know, but that's just what I
Right.
do.
I'm all for a treat. Oh yeah. And that's how I feel about getting my nails done. It's a treat.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh, I don't really, I'm a wig queen, so I can't really say I do get my hair done, but yeah, when y'all see me with my hair, you be like, "Is that her?" Yep, it's me.
Well, we do.
I
I love to
decide to
buy
wear my
wigs.
own this time. Yeah, yeah. Perfume. Oh, now that is my thing. Oh my God.
I love cologne too. I love all that stuff.
Oh,
I said we are girly girls. We like all that stuff.
that's gonna
And
cost some. Now I don't mind you chipping in for this $500 bottle that I'm gonna get him.
hmm
But then I found that I can get some other perfume for less. That's the same scent. I said, oh,
oh yeah, you can
oh,
find a good knockoff, then go for it. But it gotta smell good. Yeah, that's
it smells good. Somebody said, somebody smells good. Where is that coming from? And I
oh
walked by
yeah.
and that's before I had lost what you saw in the picture.
hmm
And they were like, oh, it's her. Oh, you think a big woman can't smell good? What are you
Uh,
thinking?
oh come on. Yeah.
What's up with that? Oh, it's her. Really?
Oh yeah. I had
That's
this
where that
older white
smell is
man
coming
behind me in
from.
Goodyear, of all places. I was buying some tires.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Excuse me." He said, "I'm not trying to be fresh." It was an older white guy. He said, "But what is that cologne?" He said, "You smell so good." And I told him what it was. He said, "I'm gonna get my wife some of that because I I enjoy that. I'm enjoying that so much right now." He said, "I'm gonna go buy my wife some." And I was telling him where he could get it. And I said, it's a little bit expensive. He was like, "Oh, that's okay. That's okay. She deserves it." I said, "Ah, that is so cute."
They're like,
Older.
it may not smell the same way on her as it does on me.
Well, I didn't say any of that. I just told him where he could get it. Matter of
I
fact,
want Doug and Fun.
I said, tell him that I sent you. Maybe they'll give me a discount next time I come in there. Right?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote
Duck
it
in the
down for him.
Pond. Yes. By Reeve Goose. hmm Duck in the Pond. You know what I'm
But
talking about. For real.
all right, I think to
Mhm.
sum up everything, I think a lot of the younger guys, and I don't mean like the 20s, maybe like the 30s, 40s, they're looking at dating older women just because of these, what are they, new millenniums? What are they? Generation X? I don't know what they are. They they just their mindset is
Oh,
is different, and I think pushing pushing men away. That it's okay to walk around outside with my butt hanging out, and you better not say nothing inappropriate to me. You know, um, all that. I think it's anytime men are going to take, and they were on there. I listened for an hour. They were going on. They were on before I came on, and they were
what?
still going yeah, they were still going. They were really upset. Just a bunch of brothers. There's like 10 of them on there. They were just going in, talking about
Do
the
you happen to know what
behavior.
the age range was for the
It
guys
looked
that were
like
talking?
there was a couple guys with gray beards, but they look kind of young. I'd say probably
Do you think they were going off
30s.
of maybe okay. What do you think maybe they were going off of something like what they say? Most men look for somebody that's like their mother or carry themselves like that or some kind of characteristic like the other or some older woman that's an aunt or something like that. Do you think that's the kind of mindset that they had from watching them and they want a woman they're with to, portray some of those characteristics? maybe.
Probably so. That's
That's
probably
why they're
one
looking
thing.
at the older women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably one thing is that they do. They say, yeah, marry somebody like your mom, marry somebody like your dad. Women that you respect. And my mom would never wear stuff like that. That's what these guys are looking. My mom would never walk around outside with her butt hanging out like that, you know. And then one of the guys was saying that the parents that these girls who are acting like this are coming from are no better. This is where they got it. This is how they were raised. I'm like, wow. That's what one of the guys was saying.
Well, how do they know that the girl? Well, that may be true, and then again, it could be okay. It could be they had something else on when they left the house,
I
and then
to
when they got where they
me,
were going, they
it
changed.
it didn't look like a whole bunch. All of them weren't super young from the video that I saw. Like I said, most of them have probably been taken down. But from the videos that I saw, they didn't look like they were 18, 19, 16. They did not look like that to me.
Uh,
To me, they look
they just want some
30s
attention.
and
Okay,
40s.
yeah, they just want some attention.
A lot of them did not look that young. So you can't blame it on that.
Mm,
Some of
okay,
them,
okay,
yeah, a lot of them did, but a lot of them, it wasn't all super young ones. It was all ages.
yeah, but like I said originally, uh, maybe they feeling themselves and like, I want everybody to know what I look like, and I feel good about me. I'm embracing me, and I
But
want
it'd
you
be
to
a
love
shame
what
if
I'm
this
showing
event gets shut down because of butt cheeks.
you. The rodeo?
I don't know. I think they're gonna have to enforce the dress code. They're gonna have to have a dress code. And saying, like I said, some of them were arrested on indecent exposure. It was a lot of kids out there.
How
Why
can
would
you
you?
sit like that? I don't
Why?
understand that.
Why didn't they?
How can
That's
you
what
sit like that?
he said. Those were club outfits. Save it for the club. Nobody cares what you have on the club.
Clearly. No, because it's dark,
Hmm.
smoky. It's just like a club. I don't know.
It's dark and that's to be expected, but not around people's grandparents, not around people's kids. Scaring them. so,
Uh-uh.
so, but it just made me sad. I was like, wow, it was so much. Go on social media. You'll see. It's been so much talk about it since it happened. I guess it happened last
Well, since
weekend.
you said they can pull a video down, they probably don't even have it up. No, they talking about
I said a couple of the
I don't know at
videos
the airport.
I
So. Mm,
have been taken down
mm,
because I was trying to send it to you, and I couldn't find
you know,
it anymore.
shit, what is this?
You can
Ugh.
put anything up there at first, but then they'll take it down.
Mm,
But
mm.
they should have known people are going to be shooting the cameras,
I don't
posting it.
see all that. I was coming out of the hotel and got in the car and was driving. I said, is that man in the posture of going to the bathroom outside? Is that his crack? So I said, I don't know what that is. I said, I've seen enough cracks. It's a butt crack. Why
Hmm.
is he out here with his pants down
Hmm.
outside the cricket? He's
Hmm.
like, oh God. But I couldn't tell because his shirt matched the bottom half. The top half matched the bottom. Oh, I was screaming.
Hmm. Wow.
I don't know. I've seen some other people that dress like what you just said
Yeah.
here recently, and I'm like, what's really going on? Why they doing this?
Hmm.
Why you walking around with it? And then I'm walking around with clothes on. I love it. And people about to lose their mind.
Hmm.
Running to get the door and good evening, good day, hello, ma'am. I'm
Yeah.
like, that. How are you? I'm like, okay, am I missing something? No, because I'm fully clothed. I ain't showing nothing. You
Well,
can clearly
you
see I
can't
got some
walk
underneath the
around like
clothes.
that and then say you want a high value man because you're not going to get one. Okay? That's all there is to it. Well, Miss E, I thank you so much. Wow. But check it
Oh
out.
yeah.
Go on social media. You'll see. There been a lot of
Yeah,
guys
just
in deep conversation about the same subject. You know, let's try to have show a little bit of modesty, ladies. You can be sexy without being raunchy. That's it. Bottom line. You could be sexy without being
right.
raunchy. Nobody wants to see your butt cheeks, your butt hair, none of that. Not out in public. Save that for your husband or for your significant other behind closed doors. Coming outside like that, then it's everybody's business, you know. Not okay. Not
Mm,
okay. All right,
mm.
Missy, how can people connect with you? And tell them about your show.
They can't. I don't want to be bothered. Okay, so
Okay. Okay. She doesn't want to be
they
bothered,
can
so
never be
skip
on
that. Skip that part.
social media. Miss E's page on Instagram. Elaine Thomas. Um, where is Elaine Thomas? Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Elaine Thomas Music. Miss E Spot on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. Uh, Google my name. Elain Thomas. Thomas. Just Google it. Follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Miss E Spot is on
Mm-hmm.
a few stations, but on creativenetworks.com, it is on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. It's also on Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m.
Uh-huh.
Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
I let's see. I have some books out on Amazon. When love's not enough. Yeah,
Mm.
when love's not enough. Oh my God. That's funny. That's one of the books. A couple of others under my pseudonym, Krishan Ebenezer, because of the content. The content of the book. Do not awaken my love before it's time. Krishan Ebenezer is the pseudonym.
Mm-hmm.
KRISHIOXNEVONEZ. And the other book, I reached the climax and I'm still not satisfied. Mm.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to say that, but anyway,
Those are
I am
all the
also the
books.
producer of the Bobby Parker Radio Show, and that is heard on over 30 something stations. You can go to his website, BobbyParkerRadioShow.com.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah. And Nina Taylor is my friend.
Awesomeness. All right, Miss E, I thank you so much. Thanks for being on the show.
I thank you.